And the issue of same-sex marriage was never really a strong topic of discussion among family and friends. I simply opposed it in the Catholic sense of my upbringing. And I have stated that I have a problem with the term marriage. But at the same time, I also said that I have a problem with the rights that are involved that are being overlooked. I have never in the past 4 months researched an issue or met with so many people and groups on a single issue such as this. I have struggled with this immensely. I can tell you that. I have read numerous documents, independent studies, talked with a lot of people on both sides of this issue. As a Catholic, I was raised to believe that marriage is between a man and a woman. I'm not here, however, as a senator who is just Catholic. I'm also here with a background as an attorney, through which I look at things and I apply reason. I know that with this decision, many people who voted for me will question my integrity a short time ago. I'll tell you, though, that I have studied this issue. For those that know me, they know that I have struggled with it. To those who support, I may lose. Please know that in the past, what I was telling you and what I believed at that time was the truth. But by doing the research and ultimately doing what I believe to be the right thing, to me, shows integrity. I would not respect myself if I didn't do the research, have an open mind, and make a decision, an informed decision based on the information before me. A man can be wiser today than yesterday, but there'll be no respect for that man if he has failed in his duty to do the work. I cannot legally come up with an argument against same-sex marriage. Who am I to say that someone does not have the same rights that I have with my wife, who I love, or they have the 1,300 plus rights that I share with her? But there's another important point here that this bill brings up, and that's its religious protections, because I am Catholic. Under this bill, the religious aspects and belief are protected as well as for not-for-profits. There's no mandate that the Catholic Church or any other religious organization perform ceremonies or rent halls. There cannot be a civil claim or an action against the church. It protects benevolent organizations such as the Knights of Columbus and many others. And as a lawyer, I feel confident that the religious organizations and the others are protected. We in this state have recognized same-sex couples who are married in other states and are now in New York. I have read studies about civil unions that show that they do not work. It causes chaos. I believe this state needs to provide equal rights and protection to all of its residents. I struggled with the word marriage as between a man and a woman. That's how I am raised. But I also struggle with the rights that are lacking for same-sex couples, and I've stated this numerous times. I cannot deny that right or an opportunity for someone, nor stand in the way of allowing them to obtain the rights that I have. I'm not going to get into the philosophical arguments, because I've heard them all. But for me, the issue boils down to this. I've done the research, and my belief that a person can be wiser today than yesterday. I apologize to those who feel offended, to those I have hurt with the votes that I had 6 months ago, but I believe you can be wiser today than yesterday when you do the work. I cannot deny a person, a human being, a taxpayer, a worker, or people in my district and across this state, the state of New York, and those people who make this the great state it is, the same rights that I have with my wife. And I also can't ignore that one of the things that was put into this bill, that there are protections in this bill for church and religious organizations. And I am proud of that because I am fearful that those protections may be lost. If this bill fails, I believe the next time around those religious protections won't be there. I vote in the affirmative, Mr. President.
Senator Skelly. Senator Sanford. Senator Grisanti will be recording in front of, I could ask for just one brief recess if I could meet briefly with Senator Skelos and Senator Breslin.
Skelos. Ready for
Wait,
results?
one second, one second. Senator Skelos, 1 second. Skelos on the phone. All right, get with us. Senator Skelos, we've had a request for one more speaker and for a 2-minute limit, if I'd ask your indulgence. Explain your vote, Senator Kruger.
On the bill and to explain my vote. More than 130 years ago in this House, this Senate was convened. Tonight, in the shadow of darkness, a bright light shines on this chamber. A light that says that once again, good judgment, integrity, fairness, peace, and equality should fill this room. For a very long time, my position has been miscategorized. And by doing that, I would just like to put into focus the events of December 2nd, 2009, because as Senator Diaz pointed out, I was one of the no votes on the original bill. That bill of then and the bill of today is very, very different. The protections that it offers today were not part of the very grain of the bill that we have in front of us. I myself, in the early 1990s, stood in the lobby of SUNY Downstate and fought for a fight to get aerosol pentamamine as a cutting-edge treatment for pneumococcus pneumonia.